Many people assume that happiness comes from having more choices, more comfort, more excitement, and more control over life. From the outside, monks seem to have the opposite. They own very little, follow strict routines, and live by rules that most modern people would find limiting. And yet, when people meet monks, they often notice something striking. A deep calm. A quiet joy. A sense of contentment that does not depend on circumstances. This raises a natural question. Why do monks, who appear to have so little, often seem happier than people who have so much? One of the main reasons is that monks simplify their desires. In ordinary life, the mind is constantly chasing something. More money, more recognition, more pleasure, more security. Each desire creates tension. Even when a desire is fulfilled, it quickly gives rise to another one. This endless cycle keeps the mind restless. Monks deliberately step out of this pattern. They train themselves to want less, not because desire is evil, but because uncontrolled desire leads to dissatisfaction. When wanting is reduced, contentment arises naturally. Monks are also trained to live in the present moment. Most suffering does not come from what is happening right now, but from thoughts about the past and worries about the future. Regret, guilt, fear, and anxiety all live in time, not in the present. Through meditation and mindfulness, monks repeatedly bring their attention back to what is happening now. Breathing, walking, eating, listening. When the mind stays in the present, unnecessary suffering fades. Life becomes lighter, simpler, and more peaceful. Another important factor is freedom from constant comparison. In modern society, people are always measuring themselves against others. Who is more successful, more attractive, more respected? This comparison creates insecurity and envy. Monks step away from this social competition. They do not define themselves by status, income, or achievements. Without comparison, there is no need to prove anything. The mind can rest. Monks also live according to clear ethical principles. This brings a deep sense of inner peace. When actions align with values, the mind is not burdened by guilt, regret, or inner conflict. Many people suffer not because of external problems, but because they are divided inside. They act one way and believe another. Monks train to live honestly, simply, and compassionately. This alignment creates a stable happiness that does not depend on mood. Routine plays a powerful role as well. Monastic life follows a predictable rhythm. Waking, meditation, work, meals, rest. This structure reduces decision fatigue. In ordinary life, the mind is exhausted by endless choices. What to eat, what to wear, what to watch, where to go. Monks are freed from most of this mental noise. With fewer decisions, the mind becomes clearer and calmer. Meditation is central to monastic life. Through regular meditation, monks learn to observe their thoughts rather than being controlled by them. They see how emotions arise and pass away. They see how the mind creates stories that cause suffering. With this understanding, they stop taking every thought personally. Thoughts lose their power. Emotional storms pass more quickly. This inner stability is one of the deepest sources of their happiness. Another reason monks appear happier is that their happiness is not based on stimulation. Modern pleasure often depends on novelty. New entertainment, new experiences, new sensations. Over time, the mind becomes desensitized and needs more stimulation to feel satisfied. Monks cultivate a quieter form of joy. The joy of stillness. The joy of clarity. The joy of simply being alive. This kind of happiness is sustainable because it does not rely on constant input. Community also plays an important role. Monks live among others who share the same values and goals. This creates a sense of belonging and mutual support. There is less competition and more cooperation. Conflicts still arise, but they are approached with mindfulness and restraint. Feeling part of something larger than oneself reduces loneliness and gives life meaning. Monks also have a clear purpose. Their life is oriented toward understanding the mind, reducing suffering, and cultivating wisdom and compassion. Many people feel unhappy because they lack a sense of direction. They are busy, but not fulfilled. Monks may live simply, but their lives are deeply meaningful. Purpose brings strength, patience, and quiet joy. Importantly, monks do not suppress emotions. They learn to understand them. When sadness arises, it is observed. When anger arises, it is examined. Emotions are not enemies. They are teachers. By facing emotions directly instead of escaping them, monks free themselves from their unconscious grip. This emotional literacy leads to resilience and peace. Physical simplicity also affects mental well-being. Monks eat simply, sleep regularly, and live close to nature. The body is not constantly overstimulated. This supports mental clarity. When the body is calm, the mind follows. Happiness becomes a natural state rather than something that must be chased. It is important to understand that monks are not happy because they avoid life, but because they understand it deeply. They see that everything changes. Pleasure fades. Pain fades. Situations come and go. When you truly understand impermanence, you stop clinging so tightly. Letting go creates freedom. Freedom creates peace. The happiness of monks is not excitement or constant pleasure. It is steadiness. It is a quiet confidence that whatever arises can be met with awareness. This kind of happiness does not shout. It does not need to prove itself. It is felt in the way they walk, speak, and listen. Ultimately, monks remind us that happiness is not something we need to add to our lives. It is something that appears when we stop adding unnecessary burdens. When the mind is no longer constantly pulled by desire, fear, and comparison, a natural well-being reveals itself. You do not need to become a monk to learn from this. The lesson is simple but profound. Reduce what you chase. Be present. Live in alignment with your values. Observe the mind instead of obeying it. In doing so, you may discover that happiness was never far away. It was simply covered by noise. Thanks for watching. Our channel is new and needs your support. In our channel you can find many videos on the history and philosophical teachings of Buddhism. Please subscribe to our channel to support the teachings of Buddha on YouTube. You can download our app from Google Play. Get notifications, daily quotes from Buddha, guided meditation methods, articles about Buddhist wisdom and sutras from Pali Canon. Discover inner peace, cultivate mindfulness, and unlock the infinite wisdom of the Buddha with this app. Download link below.